May 20th this morning. Brandon and I are down in Zone 1, Southern Wisconsin this morning. Changed things up a bit. We actually had ourselves a week up in the flats. We had, I think, 5 tags starting Wednesday, and we were lucky enough everything went right. We had all 5 of them bad boys filled by yesterday morning. Had an awesome off the roost hunt yesterday morning. Mike and Brennan doubled up, and usually that does not happen for us, so we took it and ran with it. We were back down here yesterday mid-morning, caught up on some sleep, and kind of did a drive around last night. Spotted a couple birds. One we're going to probably bank on going after this afternoon, and then there's a spot we're going into this morning that Brennan has never hunted before, but the landowner said that there's been a lot of birds around and nobody's been hunting them, so we're going to go in there. Game plan is we're going to pretty much just wait until we can hear them gobble off the roost, see if we can't slip in on them and make something happen this morning. If not, it's supposed to be a beautiful day. We're going to probably give it a few hours this morning, and then we got some work to do midday. Go after them again this afternoon and not hunt too hard, but we're going to try and run around a little bit and have some fun here this weekend just for a couple days. So that's the plan. We're going to grab our coffee and head out the door and see if we can't get lucky this morning.
Just got set up down here in this valley. Our plan was to just walk in here, kind of hang out until they started gobbling, make a move from there. This edge we're on is kind of a little different. The guy came in here and logged the edges of these fields. Looks like he's going to just try and make the field a little bigger. So there's not a lot of trees up against the edge here, but we feel like there's enough down trees and brush and stuff that we're tucked up in against. We got 2 birds hammering up the valley here. Not too far, I'd say under a couple hundred yards. But Brennan says up here, or down here, they like to pitch right out into these fields, which would be pretty nice. But just gonna see what happens here. Let out a couple calls here eventually and see if we can't make something work. They're hammering, so got a shot. Sitting here for about a half hour since fly down. Did have a hen come out in the field. She worked pretty darn close to us. I'd say she got inside 100 and then just worked off. Both them birds are up the valley. Might be up on top of that ridge right now. So our plan is we're just gonna keep moving towards them, see if we can't get them in a different setup, and then they'll wanna play. We got nothing to lose. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing this weekend. We're just gonna go after these birds. It either works or it doesn't. So we're gonna grab the decoys, keep pushing in on them, see if we can't get in their bubble and make them change their minds. Other hillside. This bird hammered straight up the ridge from us. We quick dropped down, back down the hill, got the decoys set up, and he's hammering right off the end of the point within, I'd say he's right about 100 yards. So we called a few times, let him know we were here, and now we're just gonna play the silent game on him, make him come look. Sounds like he's just up there strutting back and forth looking for us, so hopefully going silent will suck him down onto this field, and then I think it'll be game over. he started working his way down the ridge. At that time, we had a hen come from our right. I don't know if they met up together or what, but now it sounds like he's heading back up the ridge. We're gonna keep moving towards him. The way this bird's acting, he's by himself. I mean, at least until that hen met up with him. But he's going nuts. I feel like we just gotta get in his bubble and it's gonna be game on. We just gotta figure out where that is. Hopefully we can do it without him seeing us. Well, we're on another setup right now. We moved up on this bird up on the top of this ridge. And he's gotta be within 80, I would say. He's hammering. We ended up ditching the decoys because there's no way we can get them set up on this top. It's just where we're at right now. It's too hilly. And even if we move in on him, we aren't going to be able to set decoys. Oh, he's still not moving. I mean, he must be on a saddle there or something. Oh, we might take matters into our own hands and try and keep gaining on this bird until we can see him. It's just, he doesn't want to move for some reason. But I'll let him hammer one more time, make sure he ain't coming our way. Or I try and slip in on him, kill him. Oh, we just finished up that last interview. They said we're gonna listen to him hammer and then we're gonna make our move. He hammered, I clicked the safety back on to move. There was a jake at like 5 yards coming up from behind us, never made a peep. Of course, he started butting and the game up here is over. We could have made that move, we'd have killed that bird, I think, but there's one gobbling down back the other way. Pretty much gonna go down the bottom, get a decent idea where he's at. If he's up where he's been all morning, we're gonna leave him be. Go get ourselves some coffee that's cold because we've been messing with these birds for almost 4 hours. But things are settling back down to normal. It was a shit show in here. Yep, we just slipped off the top. Got down on this bench. We were gonna just go down in the bottom and see what this Tom was gonna do that's been gobbling all morning. We just got on this flat and I can see him. He's straight across from us. Looks like he's with a couple other birds. I don't know if they're jakes or what. But they're working down that hill. I think what we're gonna do is wait until they get below where we can see. We're gonna slip down this hill just a touch, as much as we can get away with. Pretty much go as far as we can until we lay eyes on him again. And I don't know if we're even gonna be able to set decoys, or we might just ditch them and just set up in the woods and try and call them right to us. So we got a little bit here and then we're gonna slip down. Alright, I think we're good. Just gonna ease down this hill. He's right there. I'm just gonna ditch these decoys behind me. We're gonna have to set up right here. You good up there? We just got down as far as we could. He is within 120, working at the bottom, close side of this field. We're gonna let him get down in this corner just a touch. Try calling at him. He's been hammering pretty good. And we're just gonna hope we suck him up this gut just enough to kill him. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he's a ways yet. decoys yet. Yippee! Hell yeah. That was a decent little poke. Whoo-wee. Got me a nice time. That was pretty neat. Right in the timber, no decoys. Well, this Saturday of 5th season here in Wisconsin. We've been hunting up in zone 3, up in the flats where we normally do all week. We got lucky and filled all 5 tags up there, which is pretty awesome. We did that by yesterday, so Brennan and I had tags to hunt down here, zone 1. So we made the trip down, and first morning out, this morning has been unreal. I mean, I don't know, we were just talking, we probably heard 1,000 gobbles, and that's no exaggeration. And I would say 95% of them were from this bird. We probably did 6-7 different setups. Just, there were so many birds in here, we'd hear one close, we'd go work him. He wouldn't come, we'd go to the next one. And wouldn't you know it, the last setup we did up on top of this hill, we just about killed one. He just never came over the top and seen us. So we dumped back off. This one was still gobbling on the ridge across. And we got down on this flat where we are right now, and I looked across and he was working his way down into this field. So he slipped down off the edge here, and he just worked perfect around, came up this valley, and we ended up ditching the decoys, and we just called him straight up the gut to us and probably shot him at like 40 yards, but it was one of them deals in the timber. As soon as Brennan could get on him good, I was on him, we dumped him. So pretty awesome. Can't thank Brennan enough for letting me coming down. I've been on the road all spring, and we're wanting to kill some turkeys, so trying to make the best of the last week home. So we're gonna get this one wrapped up, get them back to the house, probably do some work here midday, and then get Brennan on a bird this afternoon hopefully. But awesome time back here in Wisconsin, trying to get as much hunting in as I can, and got good buddies to do it with.